Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my favorite stationery supplies of 2020 so far. This video is a collaboration with Astridel. She has a YouTube channel where she posts videos about productivity, organization, school-related topics, bullet journal, and stationery. So if you enjoy the content on my channel, you will enjoy her channel as well. I'm going to link her channel down below as well as her video where she's going to talk about her favorite stationery. Without further ado, let me show you my favorite supplies. The first category is fine liners and gel pens. I'm going to start with the Sakura Pigma Micron pens. I use these fine liners in pretty much every single bullet journal setup that I do. You can buy them in the different packs that they provide, but you can also buy them individually. I have the pack of 6 fine liners, and my favorite ones are the 005, the 01, and the 03. They are really great for doodling, and since I got them, I haven't had any problems with them. They are very affordable and are the ones that I recommend if you're looking for different sizes of fine liners to add to your collection. For colored fine liners, I really like the Arteza and Conic fine liners. They sent me the set of 24, but they also have the 48 set, the 72 set, and the 120 set of fine liners if you want a bigger range of colors. They write very smoothly on the pages, and the colors are very vibrant. I don't use fine liners a lot, but when I do, I always go for these ones. I wanted to include here the Muji gel pens since I also use them a lot. I have been using them since I started bullet journaling back in 2017, and I now use the 0.38 one to fill in the body of my bullet journal and the 0.5 one to do the thin drop shadows on my titles and to normally do the lines on my spreads. They are my go-to to use when I set up my bullet journal pages, but because they are gel pens, they smudge easier than other pens, but besides that, I love to use them on a daily basis. Next, I want to show you some of my favorite calligraphy pens, starting with the Tombow Fudenowski pens. I got mine in a pack of 3 that includes the hard tip, the soft tip, and the dual tip one that has a gray tip and a black tip. I personally prefer the hard tip one because it gives me much more stability when I'm writing, so I use the soft tip one and the dual tip one when I need to color in black because the black is really opaque. But in my calligraphy, in every single setup that you've seen on my channel, I always use the hard tip one. For colored calligraphy pens, I like the Pentel Fude Touch ones, not only because they are cheaper than some other calligraphy pens on the market, but because they come in 12 colors instead of just 10. I like to try cheaper pens first instead of purchasing the more expensive ones, and I purchased mine from Notebook Therapy's website, and the tip of these, it's kind of between the hard tip and the soft tip from the Tombow Fudenowski pens. I highly recommend these ones. And as you know, my favorite brush pens are the Tombow Dual brush pens. I use them in almost every single bullet journal setup that I do because when I think about a theme, I always associate a theme to a shade of color of a Tombow Dual brush pen. I buy mine individually, and because they are very expensive, I got them only when I need a certain color for a theme or for a page that I'm planning on doing. I learned calligraphy with these pens, but if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, I recommend the Zig Art and Graphic Twin brush pens. They are cheaper and they work as good as the Tombow Dual brush pens, but in terms of quality and calligraphy wise, I prefer the Tombow Dual brush pens. Moving on to markers, one of my latest additions are the Arteza Twee markers. Just like the Tombow Dual brush pens, they have a brush tip on one side and a very fine tip on the other. I have the pack of 48, and let me tell you that 48 markers are enough because you have a very wide range of color shades. You can't really do calligraphy with them, the tip is not meant for that, I believe, but you can do calligraphy with the other tip, the fine tip. I discovered that like yesterday and I am even happier now with these markers. I will show you that in more detail on my Instagram, but these markers are one of my favorites. Other markers I love are the Crayola Super Tips. These markers are a little bit more affordable than the Arteza ones, and you can do calligraphy with these markers. I also use them a lot on my bullet journal setups, but depending on the page texture, they don't perform very well. At least that's what I noticed in different notebooks that I used so far. But because I don't use them to color in specifically, that is not a huge problem. What is a problem though is that they don't have a shade name or a number to identify them. So I recently labeled all of my 50 Crayola Super Tips to swatch in my pen swatches notebook because sometimes it was hard to remember what marker I used before because there was no reference anywhere. But besides that, I recommend these markers if you want good quality markers for a good price. Moving on to mild-liners, I absolutely love the Zebra mild-liners. When I got them, I wasn't quite understanding the hype for these, but now I get it. They are beautiful on the outside and they are really good quality. I use them more for my color code on my bullet journal, but I used them in themes before and they are really great as well. What I recommend though about these is to buy them individually because as you know they normally come in packs and that can be very expensive and you will probably not like every color in the pack. At least that's how I feel about them. I only use one or two shades from each pack and I actually talked more in detail about this on my bullet journal essentials video that I will link down below if you want to check it out. Let's move on to another topic of stationery, washi tapes. I have been loving these plain Morandi washi tapes from AliExpress. They come in sets of 6 washi tapes and I have around 7 of them because they are really good quality, very opaque, and they have a wide range of colors. I use them as decoration on my bullet journal a lot and I now give samples of them to my pen pals. Also from AliExpress, I got these grid washi tapes. I have seen these washi tapes a lot on Instagram and I wanted to try them so bad. They are more translucent than the plain ones, so they work really well together. And these ones came in a set of 10. They are really good quality and I highly recommend them. They are very, very cute. When I got the washi tapes, I also decided to try these circle stickers. Each roll has more than 300 stickers and different shades. Some of them have different themes and they are not that opaque, but they really spice up the pages. I love using them on my pen pal letters as decoration or to give to my pen pals, and I recently used them on my March setup and I am in love with them. Next up, I have stamps. These are the only stamp letters that I have. They are from Let's Journal Store from a late 2019 collaboration, and I love using them on my bullet journal spreads when doing calligraphy for the titles doesn't really match the whole theme. I did that for December and I am in love with that theme. I use the archival ink pad, but I also tried to paint the letters by hand using markers, and it works really well too. These clear individual calendar stamps really make my life easier. These are from Amazon, I believe. They were a gift from my best friend, and I love using them when I need to set up my new bullet journal and I have to do a future log or a year at a glance. I also use them a lot in the past as my individual habit trackers. Keep in mind that the ink can bleed through the pages depending on what ink pad you're using and the thickness of the paper. On the miscellaneous section, we have the Fomemo thermal printer. I collaborated with them in the past in December 2019 and I was amazed by the printing quality. It prints only black and white because it's a thermal printer, but you can color the pictures in with a marker after. I made a whole theme with them and now I use them as decoration on the pen pal letters and I give them as stickers for my pen pals to use on their spreads. Notebook Therapy came out a while ago with the Tsuki pop-up pencil case and they sent me one and I absolutely love it. I have seen these types of pencil cases around, but I just never thought that I needed one. But now that I use it every day, I just can't live without it. My pens fit really well in it and it stays up on my desk when I'm working like a pencil cup holder. It's one of those things that you don't think you need until you have it and you use it, and it's seriously life-changing. So those were all of my favorite stationery so far. Don't forget to check out Astridel's video and YouTube channel in the description down below. Let me know in the comments which stationery should I try this year and what do you recommend, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!